Hi, this is Joe Bedford, and I'm too cool for school. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, and welcome to the Always Better Challenge show, the show that helps you take steps today that lead to being better and happier tomorrow. I'm Joe Bedford, your host, and today's show is intended for a very specific audience. This show is for the young people out there, the teenagers, the students. So if that's not you, then please share this video. And if this was shared with you, then please be grateful for the person who cares enough about you to do that. Now, this is also another one of our Turbo Boost episodes. The idea behind the Turbo Boosts are very simple. We're trying to keep these around 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, I try to give you 5 tips on the topic of the day. As always, we're going to start with our quote. Today's quote is from Stephen Covey, and Stephen said, "Motivation is a fire that burns from within. If someone tries to light that fire under you, chances are it will burn very briefly." I like this quote because I want young people to know that you are responsible for your own motivation. It's not up to your parents. It's not up to your teachers. Maybe they can help, but in the end, it really is up to you. But that's okay because you can do it by yourself. You can have a great, happy life full of all the things you want. Part of that is just doing the right things today that are going to get you there. So my 5 tips today are actually based on and paraphrased from 7 tips from a book by Sean Covey called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. Now you might remember my quote I said was from Stephen Covey, and Sean is actually Stephen's son. His first tip is to be proactive rather than reacting to life, but I feel like I kind of already touched on that in the introduction. So my tip number 1 for you is to think ahead. One of the biggest differences between happy, successful adults and unhappy, unsuccessful adults is that the happiest ones have a long-term time perspective, whereas the unhappy and unsuccessful tend to think more short-term. So it's a good idea to just try and start to develop that habit today. The best things in life, I hate to break it to you, they do require a little bit of work. Put another way, a bad, unwise, or even unsafe decision today can have ripple effects down the road. So that's what I want to help you avoid. And now I get it. I know that young people tease each other. Sometimes it's just so tempting or seems easier to just go along with the crowd. But the thing that, man, I want to tell you is only go with the crowd if they're going where you want to go. Otherwise, let them go. Let them go. So what you do today does affect tomorrow, so just choose wisely. Tip number 2 is to prioritize. Put first things first. Look, I want you to have fun. I want you to have lots of fun. I like to have fun. But the thing is that I never put fun before the things that are going to get me where I want to go, the things that are going to move my life forward. I always try to focus on those first, and then I have fun, and that works great. So for tip 3, I'm going to combine 3 of Sean's tips into one. He says to think win-win, to prioritize listening over speaking. Again, I'm paraphrasing his words a little bit. And he also wants you to be good, to work with others. Now, to me, all 3 of these tips revolve around being good to other people and just being a nice, likable person. And don't underestimate how important this is to having the happiest life. Everybody likes to be around people that are nice and that are not jerks. And so don't be a jerk. It's as simple as that. And besides, you can't get the things you want in life all by yourself. I don't care how big of a hotshot you are. You're going to need help, and you never know when you're going to need help, and you never know when that help is going to come to you. And besides, why would you want to do it all by yourself? Other people can be pretty cool, and sharing the journey with cool people is half the fun. And besides, being nice is always cool. Tip number 4 is to sharpen the saw. Now, I think what Sean meant by this is to always be learning and growing, but I also want to remind you just to not be so hard on yourself. I think young people often do that. Don't worry so much about everything. Just do your best. You know, don't worry about the things you can't change. And the other thing is, don't worry so much about if you're not where you want to be right now. It's not about where you're at right now. It's about where you can go. And you can go great, amazing places. Trust me, you can. So relax, have fun, have a little fun along the way. My fifth and final tip, I just want to remind you that success isn't so much about making a gazillion dollars or being as famous as the Kardashians or whoever. It's just about being happy. That really is priceless, guys, I promise. And good decisions today, the things, like doing good in school, making smart, safe life choices so you don't get killed, things like that your parents try to get you to do. It's because we care about you. It's because we love you. Those good decisions are a good recipe for happiness today and tomorrow. You are responsible for what you do today. And hey, I believe in you. I know you're smart. I know you're capable. And you guys are the kings and queens of tomorrow. So that's it. That's the show for today. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the show. You can sign up for our free emails at alwaysbetterchallenge.com. Until next time, go out there and make it happen.